Hey everyone, welcome to your weekly Glam Guidance with Glam on Demand. Every Sunday we launch a new episode that can help anyone learn a little more about the beauty business. Today we're going to do a getting ready with me. We had a request for just a nice, fresh, quick makeup look, and we discussed maybe using something that I don't typically use. So here we go. So the first thing I'm going to start with is I'm going to do my foundation. Now we've talked about this before. You can start with the eyes and then wipe it up so you don't get the fallout. That's totally up to you. With this makeup look, I am not going to really do much to my eyes. So we're going to start with the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. Really liking this one. I just got it and I picked my summer shade, so it's a smidge darker than I am currently, but I just had a tan, so that's probably why I picked it. And I'm literally just going to coat it on my cheeks because I like the most coverage in the center of the face and then work it out, especially because I have some melasma, which is darker spots. I get like the line here. I definitely get it above my brow, but I don't want to mess up my brow shape. And then I also get it on my cheeks. Now, melasma can come from so many different things, which we can go over in a different episode, but mine comes from hormonal because I am on progesterone for birth control. So that is why I get my melasma. All right, so I've put on what I want. Now I'm going to go ahead and spread it out. So I'm going to go ahead and take a flat brush. I like this It brush that I'm using now. I'm just going to kind of even it out all over the skin, making sure I get the coverage where I need it. And then I don't typically do this, but I'm going to take this right across the lid because again, I'm not doing any eyeshadow or a lot of it, so I want to make sure that I blend everywhere. Okay, so this is Flawless Filter. It is a little dewier, so if you don't quite like dewy, you can mattify it with a powder or a translucent setting powder, anything like that. We'll go ahead and mattify that just a bit. And I'm leaving on a trip, so I'm gonna throw this in my travel bag before I forget it while we're doing our thing here. All right, so next I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry for a few minutes. It is very wet formula, so I just want it to go ahead and have its time to do its thing. While it is drying, I'm gonna go ahead and fill in my brows. So I'm going to use precisely my brow pencil from Benefit. It is my ultimate favorite. I want to go ahead and brush up my brows up and out to go ahead and get an idea of the shape. I just tinted them nice and fresh for my trip, so we can kind of see where they need filled in a lot more. All right, so I'm going to get really close to you guys here. I'm going to go ahead and baseline. So right in that last line of hair, I'm just doing a little dot method and going straight across from point 1 to point 2 and then point from 2 to point 3, kind of just giving it that bottom line of structure. So I'm going to go ahead and brush this out a little bit so it looks a little more natural and not drawn on. And now I'm just going to give some hair strokes right where I need them. So here, I need a few hair strokes. So I'm a little finer in the front, in this brow, and right there. Otherwise, it's nice and filled in. I don't want them too filled in and structured for this look. So that's all I'm going to do. All right, we're going to do the other side. Brush up and out on that last line here of hair. Dot method. Straight line, point 1 to point 2. If your hairline is not straight here, draw the straight line anyway. It will help build the structure in the shape that you want it. And just a couple hair strokes here in the center, and just 1 or 2 right here in the front, like the other side. All right, so brows are done. Face is pretty dry. You can kind of feel it a little tacky to the skin. So we're gonna try the About Face. Now these are used for eyes, lips, whatever. We're gonna use it for cheek. I like to use creams all over. So this one, I'm literally gonna do my contour line. So we talk about the temple and we wanna keep it lifted. So we don't wanna go down, we wanna go in. So I'm gonna take my flat brush again and I'm gonna kind of pat and stipple it back. You can add a little more if you want. But this is gonna give me a nice like little healthy glow going on. Just gonna add just a smidge more right here below that line because I didn't come down quite far enough to the temple. So this is this side versus this side. It's starting to look real structured on that side. All right, we're gonna do the other side. Again, kind of match them up a little bit here. Just a smidge more. And stippling it back. I like it. I like to hide my little double chin here, and I'm just gonna go right under the chin with a line, and I'm gonna stipple it back and then across the jawline and blending it down so that it doesn't have a harsh line on the neck. There, now I hide my little double chin there. And I'm just gonna take what's left over on my brush and kind of hit that forehead line so that it gives the illusion that I have a little sun kiss up there as well. How are we looking so far? Good? Let's keep it moving. All right, so like I said, this is a little tackier for me, a little wetter than I like my foundation to be. I'm just gonna take a smidge of the Laura Mercier sheer, I like the sheer setting powder, and I'm just gonna tap this in the places that I don't want it as shiny. So I'm just gonna kind of and tacky. So I'm just gonna kind of tap it. I don't want to go over what I just did with that about face. So I'm just gonna do the center of my face and take a smidge of that shine away. Just a smidge. See? Just a little. Kind of helps a little bit. I'm gonna do a little on my eye there. And I kind of messed up my brow, but that's okay. Guess what? Makeup comes off and we can put it right back on, and actually it just needed brushed, so we're good. All right. Now, you could take that about face and do like your eyelid, whatever you would want to do there, you could do that too. You could even set the about face with some hula. Actually, I might do that just to see what it looks like because I'm curious. So I'm going to take the hula with my big fluffy brush like I typically would for bronzer. I'm just going to do a light dusting right over top. What do you think? I think I probably would have left it alone because it was a little cooler toned before I just warmed it up with the bronzer. That's okay. Let's match this up though. Nice and bronzy. All right. Gotta keep going. I think I'm gonna go today with Willa. It's a major fave of mine from Benefit. It's a blush. I'm just gonna take that right on the apple of my cheeks. Just where I'm smiling. Now with this one, I am going to put this in my crease because I want to brighten up my eyelid just a smidge. So I'm just going to take, sorry, I'm trying to find a brush that doesn't have a bunch of stuff on it. Tapping it off and just going right in that crease to brighten up my lid. I'll show you the difference before I do the other side. So this is this side, and that side just brightens me up just a smidge. Apparently I like the word smidge. I just noticed that. All right, now we have nice and brightness in there. And then we're gonna do a highlighter. So even though I took a little bit of that shine away, I'm gonna add a little shine back. I am gonna actually use the highlighter right on my lid as well, just to give myself a little shimmer. So just a little bit, nothing crazy, and a little bit right where the sun hits here. And then I'm going to take a little down the center of my face, just a light dusting, just to give myself that all over glow. So now I need to brush this brow again. Guess what we need to do with these brows, because clearly they're not trying to stay in place. We could use 24-hour brow setter, which is your harder hold, but I think today I'm gonna, since it's such a light look, I'm gonna do Fluff Up Brow Wax by Benefit, and this is just a brow wax to hold them in place. Think of it as your like soft hold hairspray versus the 24 hours more like your hard hold. And we're just going to kind of brush that up and out in the brows in the direction that I want to keep them. Voila. And that's pretty much it for this quick makeup look. I'm going to throw a little lip on. I'm actually using pink quartz in the California Kissing Balms from Benefit. This one's really cool. It turns like your perfect shade of pink when you put it on. So it looks a little different on everyone, but it looks like a nice natural lip tone. I am obsessed with it. I've been using it a lot lately. So this is my quick, what would be more like a 5 to 7 minute face, and we're ready to go out the door. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments. Have a good day.